All right. Well, farmers are feeling left behind as President Trump looks to import Argentinian beef to help bring down prices for U.S. grocery shoppers. New inflation numbers out yesterday showed the price of beef is up nearly 15% since last year. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt looked to quell the fears of America's cattle ranchers this week at the podium. Watch this.
President loves our ranchers, and he also loves American consumers, and he wants to do right by both. So the immediate solution to the problem of the rising cost of beef, President wants to bring that down as we have to increase our supply. And so that's what he's doing with respect to these imports.
Let's bring in our CAF USA CEO Bill Bullard. Bill, welcome thank you for joining us this morning. So let's start with this. How many beef, cow, calf farms and ranches are we losing to bankruptcy every month?
Well, we've lost over half of all the cattle operations that were in business just over a generation ago in 1980 are gone today. And in the 5-year period from 2017 to 2022, we've lost another 106,000 of them. Excuse me, they're included in that. That's an alarming rate of loss in an industry that is so vital to America, producing a very important protein staple, and that's beef.
I want you to hear what Secretary Brooke Rollins has to say about this. I mean, she's basically, well, I'll play the clip and we'll talk on the other side.
Currently, Americans consume 12 million metric tons of beef. 10 million we produce in this country. 2 million we import. And this is not a new thing. We have long imported the ground beef, sort of the leaner cuts for American consumers. So 12 million total. The Argentinian piece is only about currently 20,000 under a Tarrant quota.
So, Bill, she's basically saying we've been importing beef all along. So how is it that you think that this addition of the Argentinian beef will impact you and your market? Which, by the way, I should say, ranchers have had a few pretty profitable years, kind of rare, but it's been pretty profitable the last couple of years, right?
That's right. But for decades, U.S. ranchers have been unable to compete in the marketplace because they've been unable and not allowed to differentiate their product with a country of origin label. And the beef packers, the highly concentrated packers, 4 of which control 80% of the fed cattle market, have been given unlimited access to imports around the world. This has flooded the U.S. market for decades, and it has rendered our producers unable to maintain their herds, let alone rebuild their herds. Our industry has been shrinking for decades, and we've hit the historic low in 2022, 23, and now, and that's because a drought has accelerated the ongoing decline of the industry, and that has exacerbated the supply situation. But adding more imports to an industry that has suffered as a result of excessive imports is the wrong thing to do. Even though Argentina is a relatively small percentage increase, it's an increase above the record beef imports that we've had for the past 2 years that have displaced domestic production, displaced domestic cows, and driven cattle ranchers off the land. So we need a better solution.
So could part of the solution be to allow small local processors to compete with the big guys? I mean, one of the things I hear from ranchers is, especially small farms that have beef and cattle, that they wish they could process their beef locally and without all this USDA regulation on top of them. Would that be part of the solution?
Well, absolutely. If we can increase the capacity and have more packers buying cattle from the U.S. cattle rancher, you would have more competition. And that's the problem. And that's where we should be focused. And that's why you've seen so many beef price rigging cases that are working their way through the court system right now.
All right. Well, Bill, I don't think anything compares to American U.S. beef. So you've got that on your side. So there's no competition.
That's right.
All right, Bill, thanks so much for joining us. Great information.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.